Howdy Collective, chosen ones, non-chosen ones, well-wishers, and even howdy to y'all who are on here because you're haters. Haters are our fans. Do y'all know that? Yeah, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. Trying to light the cedar sage, and it gets crazy. I love how it turns out blue, like indigo color. Or it's kind of a purple, like the mind, or sorry. Yeah, the crown chakra. Crown chakras. Anyway, this is the cedar sage. You light it in faith. And Holy Spirit's been called in. I've already done all my work to, beautiful work to bring the Holy Spirit in for this reading. It's a collective reading. Oh, my name's Aries. Welcome to Fireworks Oracle, formerly known as Lake of Fire. If you don't understand what that means, then in a different way than what everybody's so narcissists are like, oh my God, I'm going to burn in the lake of fire. Yeah, you probably are. If you've been evil, yeah, you are. There's no water underneath that fire. But for us, there's water underneath that fire because we've walked through the fire, haven't we? Haven't we? Chosen ones, you walked through the flame. You went through the ring of fire, and they made us stronger. But they weren't fire. They weren't a fire energy. Narcissistic, insane. Damn, I'm gonna catch my house on fire. I've got water ready just in case. Those weak-minded individuals that had bad intentions for any of us, they're going down, 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 down. And we are glowing up, up, up. Believe it, I'm seeing it everywhere, and I'm making it happen. I'm so happy, and I want all of you to be happy too. Hope everybody's happy. Hope you're doing well. Here's some Palo Santo. It works the same way, brings in good energy, and you light it in faith. It clears our space. I had a really great, busy day today. I have a lot to do to get ready for some big stuff that's going to happen. Surgery on a foot needs rebroken and fixed. But normally I don't tell anything about my life, but I'm starting to now. It's time. It's time for us to start talking, because guess who's in the lead? Us, the chosen ones. It's finally out. Secrets are out. Chosen ones have all come together and said, oh my God, this thing is real. It has a name, and I'm not alone. And then you learn over time to whip its fucking ass. So, I originally named the channel Lake of Fire. That's why my email address is lakeoffire111@gmail.com. If anybody needs to email me for anything. So I originally named it that because in my native language, I was downloaded the word lachor, and it's spelled Lake apostrophe R, like lake, like Laker, but with an apostrophe R, and it's lachor, okay? And I kind of knew what it meant, but then I messaged a friend and said, I'm going to run this by you. And that was back when I still needed validation or whatever from other people. And sometimes I do. And, you know, you let people in to help you get through your shit. You know, I mean, it was one of my, you know, I have men friends that are like my brothers. They're my brothers. They are my head huntsman, okay? And they're my brothers. They help lift me. They help me rise. And by doing that, that's a very masculine thing to do. They feel amazing that they're my huntsman. They're all my head huntsmen. I've lost a few, too many. But they told me before they left, they said, do not worry about me. You keep going because you have a big job to do down here. And we have to go up there because we've got a big job to do up there to help you down here. Yeah, it's true. And they all wanted me, even my friend Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, love you. Another one of my huntsmen. He said to me not long ago, a couple of weeks ago, he said, you know, out of anybody in my whole life, I'd want you there holding my hand as I pass through to the next life. And I cried because, you know, it just made me cry for all kinds of reasons. I was able to through that kind of experience of love, unconditional love. And when we met, we hated each other. Oh my God, we hated each other. And we've talked about this, so he knows. And if he hears this, he's laughing his ass off. And it was all because we met and we kind of thought about dating each other, you know, just the courtship. And he came over and I had a young huntsman trying to help me like with some things I needed fixed and help me with kind of man stuff, you know, that nobody else was offering up to do. And he was there helping and Jimmy came over and he was looking so good. And this was about 6 years ago, I'd say. And he walks in and comes on. I invite him in because, you know, we're friends. And I had another friend there, so it shouldn't have been a problem. But he'd been hurt before, and he was there for a reason I didn't understand at the time, okay? I didn't get it. I was thinking, well, everybody's just friends, so come on in. You know, and he saw that kid there that was just helping me. I'm not into kids. he's you know, that kid was probably 25 years old or 30 or something. And hey to you too, man, you know who you are. And but Jimmy walks in, takes one look at him and just throws a fit. And I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong? What the hell? What the fuck? And he was so mad. And we laugh about this now because what it was so unclear to us at the time, because I was in a space in my head where I was like, I don't think I want to date anybody. No. And, and, but if someone fabulous had come along and stole my heart, and it, I'm a widow. Almost 12 years ago, my husband was killed at age 33, same age as Jesus Christ. And damn near in the same way, it took about 10 men to take him down. So, yeah, I'm telling the story now. And there's something more vicious behind it. And yeah, I know about it. If you bitches are listening, I'm sorry, you witches are, no, that's a, yeah, okay, you dark witches of black magic, dark magic. Shame on you. Make me want to throw up. Your energy makes me want to throw up, so I don't like giving you any airtime. But yeah, I know, and you know that I know. That's why you're trying to hunt me down all the time. I know. And guess what? So does all high authority and authority under that. And a big shit ton of people. Because guess what? Everybody that you've been asking about where I'm at has come to me and said, hey, I ran into so and so, or so and so got a hold of me on such and such, and da 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 da. And they asked me where you're at, if I knew where you're living, and la la la. Yeah, they all tell me. Everyone's reporting to me because they've seen the truth behind the lies. The lies have fallen down, which is you, and the truth stands tall, bigger than shit, stronger than beyond measure, right behind your lies and your foul play. And you should be worried. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And where was I? I'm skipping all around because I'm in my Aries energy. Oh, Jimmy came over. He freaked out, and I couldn't understand. I'm standing there like, whoa, why is he so mad? And he stormed off and left. And now, that I'm in this place in my mind, body, and spirit, I understand that he was upset because he came over to court me, and there was someone else there of the masculine gender. Even though to me, it was no big deal because to me, they're friends. I was getting to know them, but I wasn't ever going to date the 20 something year old or 30-year-old. I mean, no, that he was just there hanging out and helping me. And I don't know, I, I think he lived with his parents or something, and he was just breaking away for a little while, and he'd visit friends in the neighborhood. And when I moved into the neighborhood, everybody was like scared to knock on my door and figure out who I am. 'Cause I stayed to myself. I thought, I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to for R&R for a few months, and then I'm out of here. I don't want to know anybody. And yeah, so, but one by one, they knocked on my door because it was a show of bravery. I don't know, they couldn't stand it anymore. They had to know who's that mysterious woman in that beautiful fifth wheel with that monster beautiful truck from the gate that rolled out of the gates of heaven. I was only able to have it because, I didn't win the lottery. I lost my husband. So it wasn't really, it was my home for a while, traveling around, getting lost, trying to grieve and get away from toxic entities and energies, family members that would not let me grieve, and now I know why. People are money hungry and they make me sick. They just make me physically sick. Energy, some people's energy, you you can be in the same room with them, and you'd bust through a wall to get the hell out. You'd claw through a wall to get the hell out of there. You'd, you'd chew off your own arm to get out of there if you had to. 'Cause their energy is just, they can look great, beautiful, stunning, handsome, gorgeous, whatever. And you know what I mean? And that you just know, you feel it. It's energy. It's all energy. So I wanted to talk about that. But I also wanted to talk about, um, it's been a long time since I explained. Uh, I am an Aries. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs we all have, okay? We have many, okay? And we all carry a little bit of all the zodiac signs in us, a little bit here and there. Okay, but your sun, your moon, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, and placements, okay? Planetary placements. It all depends on when you were born and what time, what city and state, and yeah. So you can go to find out yours. You can go to, I think it's called cafeastrology.com, and just fill in the information, and best you can just follow the instructions, and up it'll come. So mine is, my sun sign is an Aries. My moon sign is Pisces. My rising sign is Aries. Too bad for you people that are foul. And my Venus sign, which is where my love, my heart is at, is Pisces. And Pisces are super intuitive, but they can work for the dark side. Yeah, people choose what side they're going to be on. I'm going to tell you right now, alcohol does not help. I mean, you can say, "Oh, I've known this, I don't know, Sagittarius or Cancer sign or whatever," and they're the biggest asshole I've ever known in my life, and so then you just don't like that sign, okay? And you find out somebody's that sign, and instantly you just don't like them because you had really bad experiences. Think about it though. Were those people that you didn't, were those signs, were they drinkers? Were they alcohol? Look on YouTube and ask it in the search bar how alcohol got its name. It comes from the word alcohol, and it's called spirits for a reason. It eats your soul, okay? And God bless you if you're addicted to alcohol. And my wish and prayer for you is for that addiction to fall off the face of the earth now and forever, and heal. And there's a really beautiful life out here without alcohol. I promise you. And I don't know anybody who's had an addiction. I'm sure there's some, but I don't know anybody who's had an addiction that didn't get that addiction because their heart was shredded at some point over many, many things, or they were just bullied all their life by narcissism and generational curses of narcissism, which is just a kind word for saying psychopath, okay? It's really psychopath, right? Everybody I've ever encountered that had an addiction problem of some sort. It was a crutch and a mask to try to kill the pain of things that have hurt them in their life. Okay, and I've probably skipped around a lot, and I'm going to do that, because that's just what I do. I'm in channeling mode. And I'm healing. I'm healing. I know where life's going for me now. I know justice is here. You can act as if justice is here, because I'm telling you, and I guarantee you, it is. It's here. And God God's wiping the slate clean. Vengeance is his, not ours. And we send out love and light, say, fuck you and God bless you, but I'm not taking this show on the road. Don't worry. But forgiveness of things is very difficult depending on what it was and what happened. But if you can say, I forgive, I let it go, I give it to the Holy Spirit because it's too heavy of a burden for me. It's for yourself. You forgive them for yourself to have light. And I mean light in all meanings of the word. Light, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? Yeah, God. I go all the time. I notice that in my videos. I do it on purpose. It's a habit. Like, ugh. Okay, so Holy Spirit is dropping so many downloads on me. I'm going 100 miles an hour. And yes, I've had a big 32-ounce espresso drink today. I drank it. I finished it like an hour ago. But we rise by lifting others. Okay, I need to say that. And what I was saying is so many things. But Jimmy and I, Jimmy had the courage to get a hold of me. I don't know, a few years later, 5 or 4, it was about 3 years ago. So about 3 years later, he got a hold of me, and he apologized, and he had become a divine masculine. He said, I love you, and it hurt me that when I walked in, that hurt me, and he's from like, what is it, Chicago or something like that, so he's got the accent, like, and they say what they say, and they mean it, and they mean what they say, and they say what they mean, and when everything's all worked out, well, he explained to me, he said, I was coming over to see if you wanted to go have dinner, maybe go to a movie or something, and the other guy's there. It pissed me off. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. I didn't, his reaction to the situation was so explosive. I mean, this is totally forgiven, for him and for me. But we can laugh about it now. But it taught us something. It taught me something huge, that someone's reaction of being hateful and storming off and being, cussing and just mad as hell is actually, and I know this, and I should have caught on, but I was in disbelief about, no, that can't be it, this is too explosive, he's too mad. And he was mad. I mean, angry. And he acted hateful toward me ever since. And then he got a hold of me a few years later. And I know that anger is just a that word, derivative of hurt and pain. It's a secondary emotion to pain. Okay, so a lot of people get angry and mean, and this is not everybody. There's some real assholes out there who get mania. Okay, they're maniacs or psychopaths, and they do this mania shit, and they don't take their medication, and their medication don't work, and because there is no cure for it other than the Almighty. And then the Almighty hands it down to the powers that be on earth. And their crimes are justice comes, okay? But it could be spiritual justice as well. Okay. I know some people have done they've done the most. They've done the most. You don't even know. I'll talk about it someday. I can now. It's safe to talk about it now because it's all being taken care of. But I don't know if they even know yet, but it don't matter. I just want to shuffle and do some cards, and if my this thing cuts off, it's because I ran out of memory, and then it takes a while from I look it over because I don't even know what I said because I'm in channeling mode. It's all from the divine, and they're dropping so many downloads in my brain right now, and my channel is all about healing, trying to help everybody heal, trying to see the truth, clarity, and understand why things happen, and then you go from there. But Jimmy and I are like that now, and he is, oh my God, he's a head huntsman for me. He really is. He watches out for me, and he's one of my best friends. And yeah, he's a guy. And any man that comes into my life in the future, they just need to understand that, it's the way it is. And if you don't understand, anybody in the future, they'll understand. Because I'm not into settling for. Well, I was being undivine and in a bad energy, so I was accepting undivine energies as I was in a bad place every time I had a serious relationship. Now, every time I talk about this, remember this. This does not include my late husband. He was a badass motherfucker. He was, like today's Jesus Christ. It is almost 2022 out there. He was killed in 2010. His job was the most dangerous job in the world. And then he was crushed to death on an oil rig move up in North Dakota. They crushed him to death between, 10 guys came to take him down. And because of a lie that had gotten rumored about him. And it was a total lie. I can prove all this, and so can the authorities. They're working on it because they're pissed. They were tricked, and even the guys that did this feel like shit now. They're living in spiritual hell. They're in spiritual prison. They can't. They're just. I'm maybe not all of them, but I know a few of them that have said, "I'm living in hell. I can't deal with this. I'll turn myself in." I said, I got to think about it. Well, as the years progressed, I figured it out that the lie that someone who, or people who are Jezebel spirits, okay? Straight up Jezebel, okay? Narcissist, psychopath Jezebels on top of each other, okay? Told a lie, spread the rumor because they were, mad. And when a divine couple is in union, people don't like that, especially people like that. And he protected me very well. But God, he was a good man. And he's fighting this up there. He's helping take care of it. He's flying high. He's with the eagle eye, and they're not getting away with it. But anyway, I told those guys, I said, no, you're already in prison. They ruined your lives too. They made you victims as well. And if you learn something from this, not to believe a lie and, take a man's life over a fucking lie without getting proof or receipts, just, you need to be out here telling your story, to tell your story. Being in prison can do nobody any good. You need to be out here telling people, hey, this is what happened. Don't fall for it. Everybody, it's a common thing that this has happened a lot over the thousands of years, and the lie that someone's a child molester. Okay, there go there, and he was not, absolutely not. That hurt him, and the Jezebels that did it, that said it, and spread that up to his new job up there. It was he'd been doing that kind of work for a long time, but that was a new company for him. They killed him on, guess what day? The seventh day. Yeah, they surrounded him, and I was on the phone with him. He says, "Baby, I gotta let you go for a minute. These guys are all just surrounding me, uh, like calling me out for a fight." And I was like, "Oh my God." I wanted to say, don't get in a fight, but I go, "No, defend yourself," But I said, immediately, I said, "How many?" And he says, "I don't know, about 10." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And he said, "I'll call you back. It'll be all right." And I know he could handle himself. Man, it was a brick house, okay? And with a really fantastic mind. Well, something went really wrong. But I didn't find out. That was like at 3:30 in the afternoon. And I didn't find out till 11 o'clock that night. And talk about panic and trying to stay calm and, remembering everything I'm supposed to do. Don't panic until you know for sure that, oh my God, he's either in jail or in the hospital. And I thought jail because, there's nothing that could take that powerhouse down. But they did, and they were losing the fight. So they put him in between the front end of the semi-truck and his giant loader, like a giant forklift that they used to load the whole oil rig or gas rig onto the trucks to move them. And they got him pinned in between there, and they had the semi-truck pull forward, which is not supposed to happen during what they were doing, okay? Never will that truck move. Okay, the forklift does all the work. And they crushed him between the front end of a semi-truck and this giant loader. Crushed him to death. Yeah. That was May 12th, 2010. So we're going on 12 years. Mm-hmm. And it's all out in the open. And then these Jezebels, they just keep trying to. They just keep. God's given them lots of rope over the 10 years. And they've committed other crimes too. And man, the things they've done, it could stack up to where they spend the rest of their life in prison. Yeah, prison on earth. And they just run around thinking, "Oh, I've got all this and this and that," And I want to say something else too. You hear if you hear readers, we all talk about someone might have married somebody for money, and they're stuck in that relationship. Well, here's another one. Sometimes people who are greedy and money hungry, say, meet a person who is who's in town, from a different country, and they're trying to get their citizenship. And they'll pay $10,000 or $20,000 to a woman or a man to marry them, and it's all fraud. It's all an act, and they have to stay married for 2 years and go through all these interviews and all this shit, and those people are happy to do that. Marry that person for money, and that kind of fraud is minimum 5 years in prison, or minimum. It's okay. It's a $250,000 fine and 5 years in prison. So, yeah, sometimes people marry people for money, and they might be stuck in that relationship for 2 years, that marriage for 2 years. But they don't even live together. But like they have to hang They have to get like a joint bank account to make it look solid, and they have to like hang one of their at the house. They decide they're going to make the residence on the falsifying documents. They hang clothes in the closet, in case they get a home visit, and yeah, yeah, they do this all fake. And then at the same time, like they've each got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. They're not together. They're not married. They're not living together. It was all just for citizenship. It's fraud. And when you fraud the government, they find out about it. They want fucking money because you wasted a lot of their time. And you had no integrity. None. So, or they had no integrity whatsoever. So if you were with someone in a relationship and it was great in the beginning, because now you're kind of thinking, I think they just got with me because they thought they were going to live off me and my money and be an asshole. And you don't want to know and admit that you were being used. That sucks. But it's time to realize it. And then when you realize they're up to no good, and you're not going to put up with their shit, and you don't put up with their shit, they're already snooping around, looking around for another person to suck the life out of, okay? And they may be ghosting you because they may have actually married someone that they're not with, for immigration money. A lot of people are hurting for money nowadays. And I'm not meaning to put any ideas out there. You do this, you're going to get caught and you're going to go to prison. Period. The government, the people who work for the government, they're narcissistic. They're kind of narcissistic too, in a way. Some of them. Not all of them, just some of them. And they don't like that. They don't like being fooled. People take that really personal. And they'll make sure that your head's on a platter. And so I'm just saying, just throwing out examples of things. Watch for signs and things like, say somebody leaves somebody a certain amount of money in a will. And you look at things and there's no way they're going to get that money, that kind of money out of the estate, okay? I'm just talking about somebody else. I'm just unique and unapologetic. I'm going to steal this one from you, baby, for a minute. I'm just speaking for a friend. But say the will says a certain dollar amount that this other person's going to get. But bottom line, after everything's said and done, they're not going to get that money, period. That just might be the same dollar amount that matches something else that happened previously. And it just might be an admission from the grave, because the person who wrote the will and then died knew that somebody would catch on to that dollar amount. There's no such thing as coincidence. Absolutely not. So it's like one way of sending a message from the deathbed, So just stuff to think about. Think deep, dive deep. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. And if, people have been running around, she's crazy, or he's crazy. It's because they want everyone to not believe you when you tell the truth or when you tell on them, because they keep abusing you and keep abusing you and keep abusing you and keep fucking with your mind and keep causing cognitive dissonance and keep doing the fuckery and the shit behind your back and the smear campaign and getting all your friends, taking all your friends from you and making you alone. Well, that puts you alone so you can go in hermit mode and get to know yourself and the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's a really good thing. So what they did actually was made us stronger. That's not what they wanted. But it's true, that's what happens. And then you come out and you have this divine life going on that all the money in the world can't buy what I've got. Okay, it just can't. And I'm not talking about just material things. I'm talking about real shit, and being full of integrity. That means what you do when no one's looking. How do you act? How do you behave? By nature, and what would Jesus do? That kind of stuff. And yeah.